This is the Iowa Weather Report for Wednesday, November 27th, 2013. And now our first look at the 0Z GFS model run. This is at noon today. We have a trough moving through the eastern seaboard, and that's bringing some nasty weather there. Another ridge trying to build over the west. We have the northwesterly flow coming out of Canada, and that's going to keep temperatures quite cold today, with highs likely in the 20s, with mainly sunny skies around and messy in the east. That system lifts out into eastern Canada for Thanksgiving. Fairly quiet across the country for Thanksgiving, outside some lake effect snow. Highs here will be, likely in the 20s to lower 30s. Maybe a degree or two warmer here on Friday, on Black Friday. Still, maybe some lake effect beginning to wane. Otherwise, fairly dry across the country. Mainly sunny with high around 30, 35. Maybe mid-30s. Maybe approaching the low 40s here on Saturday, with still mainly sunny skies around. Disturbance moving across the Great Lakes could kick off some snow there. That could drop the temperatures here on Sunday back into at least the lower 30s at best. A little bit of precipitation in New England, some off to our west. Another system over western Canada will start to drop into the northern Rockies and Pacific Northwest here next Monday, or this coming Monday. Some rain will also break out across the Gulf Coast, but here it's still relatively calm, relatively quiet, with highs around 30. And when the system from the north that's to our northwest is going to be moving close by, the winds are going to switch to the south. That's going to warm us up here on Tuesday, maybe up into the 40s again. And then, as you can see, a week from today, that system is going to be on the way in. You can see a bit of energy hanging back over California. Some other energy north of the Great Lakes. And you can see the system kind of sweeps in with a little bit of rain and or snow. Another piece of that system hanging back over the desert southwest with some rain and maybe high mountain snow in places like just above Los Angeles. A couple days after that, heading into the extended period on December the 8th, we have a trough axis coming through the area. As a trough, kind of not very sharp, but noticeable. And maybe a little bit of flurry activity just to our north, but it will be cold again. Highs likely in the 20s. Rain along the southeast coast up into the mid-Atlantic if this happens to be right. Then at the end of the forecast on December the 12th, we still have pretty much a fairly broad trough over the eastern, about 2/3 of the country. Our flow still coming out of the west-northwest, out of Canada. That's going to keep temperatures still cold. Highs likely in the 20s to near 30. Likely some flurries if this happens to be right around, but no real big storm systems around across the country if this happens to be correct. Satellite image from last evening, we had that system across the east, bringing some rain along the coast, some severe weather down in Florida and the eastern Carolinas, and snow in the interior, and some clouds over the west as well. The watch warning map from last evening, some winter weather issues across the Appalachians up in New England, some freeze watches and warnings and along the Gulf Coast, and a tornado watch at that time over the eastern Carolinas. QPF chart, precipitation over the next 5 days through Sunday evening at 6 o'clock, showing any precipitation will be mainly over the east and mainly over the next 24 hours or so, with very little around here.